Ruh-roh, George. Listen to this. That doesn't sound good. I think it's coming from that gearbox right there and going through to the impeller. Hey folks, thanks for stopping by. I'm Rick, welcome back to the channel. So, let's see if we can diagnose what's wrong with the snowblower there. I think it's a bad bearing in the gearbox behind the impeller there, but we'll do some diagnostics on it today and see if we can narrow it down. Now, this is the wrong time of year to have a problem with the snowblower because, let me turn this around. I've got another foot of snow coming tonight and tomorrow. There's a few inches right there that came down. Let's see, today is Saturday. That came on Thursday. Oh, I wasn't able to pick that up and clear that. But with that foot of snow coming tonight and tomorrow, I really want to get that snowblower running. I could maybe limp it through the winter, but I really hate to take any chances and make anything worse. So I may have to pull out the old walk behind snowblower right there and use that. So let's see what happens here. I'm going to rock this auger. There's a little bit of slop in here, and that seems to be transferring up all the way through. And you hear that clunking. That's inside the gearbox. I'm sure you can't really tell on the video, but I can hear it and feel it. That's coming inside the gearbox or on the impeller side of the gearbox, but I'm sure it's, well, it's probably the gears inside that gearbox. So it does not seem to be the U-joint, as there does not seem to be any play in that. Let's turn on some light here. So you can see that entire U-joint's moving. So it doesn't seem to be any play in that. I got a little bit, depending on where I have that chain positioned, I get some slop in that, like right there. But if I move it somewhere else, let's see. There's a little bit of slop in that chain, but I don't think that's the problem. I adjusted that chain at the beginning of the season. It was a little tighter than that, but I don't like to make it too tight. But that's not where the sound's coming from. I don't think it's that chain. So what I'm going to do is I'll take off that shear pin right there. Right there, take off that shear pin and then see what happens then. But it's hard to replicate the sound of the bad bearing when I'm not spinning it at 2,000 RPMs. But it just, I can feel a little bit of grinding right through the auger here. I don't know if that's transferring all the way through, but I can feel some kind of grinding, or like a bumping, like it's a bad bearing. So I'm going to disconnect that shear pin and see what happens. I'll bring you back. Okay, so the shear pin is disconnected. So now I'm going to spin the impeller down here. Let's listen. Can hear a little bit of a rumble, but when I pull on the auger, I mean on the impeller here, it feels good and tight. I don't feel any slop in that. And it feels okay when I spin it. But I can hear that little bit of, let's see if you can hear it. And as I said before, it's really hard to replicate what I hear at 2,000 RPMs versus whatever this is, a couple of RPMs. Ooh, it's cold. Oops, sorry. Trying to do this one-handed and keep my fingers from getting caught in anything. But I don't feel any play anywhere. But that little bit of rumbling you hear seems to be coming from, you know, you can see the shaft here. There's a little bit of play in that. So is that it? Is it that shaft? I don't know. I'm not sure how I'm going to get that off. This plate is welded in, so there's no way to get that off. I don't see anything on the end of the shaft there. To take that off. So I might have to move this gear and the chain out of the way and then slide that back, but that's solid. That's not going anywhere. So I don't know. I don't know. I may just have to remove that gearbox if I can do it. I don't know how to do it. So I know there are 4 bolts underneath the platform that it sits on. There's 4 bolts under there to pull that gearbox out. And then I have to remove the impeller there. There's that 1 bolt holding it on. And I think I can get that out without removing the auger. Sure looks like it. So I have to remove that 1 bolt, remove the 4 bolts underneath the gearbox. Oh, I bet I know what I have to do. I just have to slide it out that way. Slide it out there. And then bring the entire shaft with it, maybe. And if anybody knows, let me know. So, I think the problem's somewhere in that gearbox. So that clunking now, that is this shaft here. And I wanted to spin the auger while I was on that side of the blower and listen to it, but I can't reach it. I got that little bit of rumbling. But really, I don't know, it just doesn't sound bad. And maybe it's because it's only going at a low speed. All right, I gotta go in and warm up. I'm going to try one other thing off camera, and I'll let you know what happens. But there's a grease fitting right in here. I don't know if you can see it. Right there's a grease fitting, and I'm not sure if I greased that up this year or not. Might have been a while since I greased that up. Might have forgotten about it. So I'm going to grease that up if I can. Although the grease gun's not working too good in the cold here. But I'll grease that up, see if that makes any kind of difference. Maybe that's not running smoothly and it's putting pressure, you know, binding everything up behind it here. So I'll give that a try, see if that fixes it. Well, that's enough for today. This is getting kind of long, this video, and I've got some other things to do today. So I'm going to hold off on this until tomorrow and then look into it some more. So I'll have another video on this, another episode. So thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks.